are ready to go live. So right now we've started. So what I'll say is you can take like a breath after I stop talking, give me a couple beats and start talking. If you fumble over your words, it's fine. You can go right through. It feels more authentic that way. If there's at any point you're like, nope, I'm going to redo that, that's totally fine too. Just let me know. Wait a couple beats on that again, just for a clean edit, and then you can jump right in. But you are all set to start whenever you're ready.
Great, thank you. Well, hello everyone and welcome. I'm Janine Mount, Associate Provost for Academic and Professional Affairs at MCPHS University. And on behalf of President Rick Lessard, Provost Caroline Zen, the entire academic leadership team, the faculty and staff of MCPHS, I'm pleased and I'm really honored to welcome you today and to thank you for joining us for this program. One of my favorite things each year is to meet prospective students and their families and friends when we host open houses. And I truly wish that I could be meeting with you in person. But over these last months, I think we've all learned new ways of gathering together, even if it's not in the same room or the same building. So regardless of the format, I'm very glad that we're here together now. Before going any farther, I really want to congratulate all of our students here. Congratulations on the many successes that have gotten you thus far in your programs, in your academic studies. And parents, family members, and friends, congratulations to you too. Thank you for the support, the encouragement, the guidance that you've given to your student and that you continue to do so over these years. I think you know better than anyone that you are in the midst of a very exciting and also very challenging process of figuring out what comes next. That includes a lot of decisions about personal interests and career interests, what to study, and very importantly, what college or university can best meet your needs. I think the good news is that there are no inherently right or wrong answers to that decision, but there are better and worse decisions I think people can come to. From my perspective, the best, absolutely best decisions are the ones that are made when you've received full, reliable, and individualized information on which you can base your decisions. Providing that information to you is our goal, and it's the commitment that we make to you from MCPHS. I don't want to miss an opportunity, though, to share a little bit about what I see as what makes MCPHS a really outstanding university, though. First, I'll say that it's a very exciting time here. We are a very old institution and storied, as you might know. We're approaching our 200th anniversary of our founding. That will happen in 2023, so we're excited for looking forward to that. As a very old institution, though, we continue to grow and to change. And in line with that, I think we're all very, very pleased with the announcement that was recently made that Rick Lessard has been named the next president of MCPHS, and interestingly, only the 6th president in the history of this entire university. From my own work, though, I'd really like to share a little bit of what it is that I do that makes me think that this is a terrific place for students to study, for faculty and staff to work. Most people have absolutely no reason to understand what it is or know what it is that an associate provost for academic and professional affairs would do. So I make no assumptions that you know about my work. In general, what I would describe it as including is doing everything to support our academic programs and our faculty to make certain that they are timely, extremely high quality, and responsive to the needs of the students who are enrolled in them. One of the things that I'm doing right now is working on new faculty orientation. Really critical to the success of our programs is having faculty who are top in their fields, extremely well qualified, experienced. Nowhere is that more important than in the programs that we offer focused in health professions, health sciences. So what are we doing there and why am I so excited about it? Over this past year, we have welcomed, by my count, 183 new faculty to MCPHS University. A variety of them are full-time faculty who you as a student might meet in a classroom, a real classroom, or a virtual classroom. Many of them are adjunct faculty who serve our students in a whole host of ways, very importantly, working in clinical practice settings, supervising students who might be on their way to becoming professional nurses, physician assistants, optometrists, or perhaps a student aspiring to medicine or dentistry as a field of study. And of course, I would be remiss if I left out my own profession, which is pharmacy. We have this amazing cadre of faculty who have joined us over this past year and who continue to inform, make vital our programs, and really demonstrate to me what it is that makes this a very good place, a healthy place, a success-oriented place for each and every one of our students. I'm humbled by the fact that our faculty are so dedicated and so responsive to the students in all of our programs. Every day I have interactions with our faculty, new, continuing, quite seasoned, or very, very new people, about how it is that they can most effectively engage with students to make their classes more informative, more alive, more engaging, to assist students in their own professional development. Or important from my perspective as well, how to make their courses and their programs ones that will be particularly timely and really prepare our students as they graduate to be at the top of their field, leaders in the health professions and in the health sciences in the decades to come. So it's an exciting time for me, wonderful environment in which to work and terrific people with whom to work. The folks who will be the leaders of the programs, the mentors for you if you're come here to be a student at MCPHS, the leaders who will guide the university into the third century for the university's existence. I hope that the coming sessions, the conversations, the presentations that you hear are ones that do and truly answer the questions that you have and provide you excellent background for making the best decisions that you can. As I said, that they are that you are well informed, that you get the information that you feel that is going to be most helpful to you in making decisions about what comes next question. But know that we're here to support you, to assist you, to provide you whatever kind of information can be most helpful for you. Again, I welcome you. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to getting to know you over these coming sessions and to having you reach out to us as you feel we can be helpful to you in answering your questions and providing you additional guidance along the way of this incredibly important set of decisions that you're about to undertake. Again, thank you and welcome. That's me.
Perfect. That was great. Okay. So I think we are good. We're all set with your part. So if you want to sign off, you can absolutely feel free. What will happen next is I will make those edits and I can actually send you a copy of it just for you to review as well.
Sure thing. Anything else from your end of things, Ricky, that I should be doing?
No, that's it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Good luck with onboarding and orientation.
Thank you.
Have a great one. Thank you.
Thanks. Do I just disconnect? How do I get out? And
You can go to the X right in the corner of your screen and that'll get you out.
Okay, that'll get me out. I didn't know if I needed to do anything special. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.
All right, Ricky, you are next.
All right. No pressure.
So I'm going to make it pinned for your video now. Perfect. So once again, same kind of rules. Once I stop talking, give it a couple beats and then you can jump right in. Same advice. If you fumble over your words, feel free to just keep going just like you would be live. If at any point you're like, nope, I'm redoing this, let me know. And then you can start over again. If you get to like the end and you're like, I'm not redoing this whole thing, I'm just redoing a slide, we can also do that, but it's just a matter of letting me know.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, so I am going to mute myself and you are ready to go whenever you want to start.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Ricky Mott. I'm the Director of Undergraduate Recruitment here at Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with us. My goal over the next several minutes is to take you through a brief overview of the university, answering as many questions as possible along the way. Having said that, let's get started, shall we? MCPHS was founded back in 1823. Today, we are the oldest college or university located in the city of Boston, approaching our 200th anniversary of preparing future healthcare leaders, as you just heard from Dr. Mount. Today, we're a comprehensive healthcare university offering more than 100 different majors and emphasis areas for students to choose to take advantage of. The slide you see here will give you a list of the 6 schools that make up the university, with a list of some of the most popular majors that our incoming freshmen typically apply into. As you can see, today MCPHS is made up of not only the School of Pharmacy, the School of Arts and Sciences, the School of Healthcare Management, the Forsyth School of Dental Hygiene, the School of Medical Imaging and Therapeutics, and our School of Nursing. It's important to note that those programs within pharmacy, arts and sciences, and healthcare business are considered our traditional programs, while those programs located in the Forsyth School of Dental Hygiene, the School of Medical Imaging and Therapeutics, and the School of Nursing are all considered to be our accelerated programs. That becomes a bit more important as we talk about tuition and fee structure later on in our presentation. But I do want to call your attention to let you know that with those accelerated programs, they're actually 3-year programs, but all offering a Bachelor of Science regardless of what program you may be studying. So keep that in mind as we go through the presentation and as we go through the process today. MCPHS has 4 campuses. There's Boston, Worcester, Manchester, and online. Boston is home to all of our freshman programs. So if you are an incoming freshman applying for admission to MCPHS University, you are Boston bound. We have approximately 7,000 students located university-wide. Of those 7,000, approximately 4,500 are undergraduate students, representing all 50 states and over 100 different nations globally. We have an average class size of about 21 or 22 students per class, with a faculty to student ratio of about 1:16. We also have a number of different formal clinical affiliations, hundreds to speak of, located across the greater Boston area, as well as throughout New England, and in some cases globally, including some of the nation's finest hospitals, such as Boston Children's Hospital, the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, and Brigham and Women's Hospital as well. More to come on that later on as we talk about opportunities based on where we're located within the city of Boston itself. But you know, one thing always strikes me when I'm talking with prospective students and their families, when they ask the question, what is it that makes us so unique? What separates us from so many other colleges and universities out there? There are a number of reasons why we are a bit different, why we are a fantastic institution. But one of the things to call out is every single student attending MCPHS has at least one common characteristic. That is a passion for healthcare and a passion for helping other individuals. So regardless of whether a student may be a dental hygiene major, a PharmD major, a pre-medical and health studies major, a health psychology major, they all have that common bond coming into the university itself. Also, too, I wanted to point out our programs through the pathways. Let's go back just one moment. We offer a number of different internal pathways for students to choose to take advantage of in areas of physical therapy, physician assistant studies, occupational therapy, as well as, stop. How do I do this? All right, how do I do this? Can we start over?
Yes, we can.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Ricky Mott. I'm Director of Undergraduate Recruitment here at Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. Thanks so much for taking the time to join me today and for your interest in MCPHS University. My goal over the next several minutes is to walk you through a brief overview of the university, answering as many questions as I may along the way. Having said that, let's get started, shall we? MCPHS was founded back in 1823. Today, we're the oldest college or university in the city of Boston. And as you heard from Dr. Mount previously, we're approaching our 200th anniversary of preparing future healthcare leaders. Today, we're a comprehensive healthcare university offering close to 100 different majors and emphasis areas offered through 6 schools that make up the university, as you can see here, including our School of Pharmacy, School of Arts and Sciences, School of Healthcare Management, School of Nursing, the Forsyth School of Dental Hygiene, And last but not least, our School of Medical Imaging and Therapeutics. It's important to note here, the School of Pharmacy, Arts and Sciences, and Healthcare Management houses what we term our traditional programs, while the Forsyth School of Dental Hygiene, Nursing, and Medical Imaging and Therapeutics all house what we term our accelerated programs, right? What are the differences? With the traditional programs, they typically range from anywhere from 4 to 6 or 7 years, depending upon the exact program that you may be majoring in. The accelerated programs are 3 years in length. However, they still offer a Bachelor of Science degree in all of those areas. Why is that important, and what does a 3-year Bachelor of Science do for you? Well, two most important things. It gives you an added year of earning income potential and an added year of professional work experiences as well. So do keep that in mind as we go through the process today. We'll talk more about the traditional and the accelerated programs as we get to the tuition and fee structure later on in the presentation. MCPHS offers 4 campuses. There's Boston, Worcester, Manchester, and online. All of our freshman programs are based in Boston. So if you are an incoming freshman applying for admission, you are Boston bound. We have approximately 7,000 students university-wide. Of that 7,000, 4,500 are undergraduate students, representing all 50 states and over 100 different nations globally. We have an average class size of about 21 or 22 students per class, with a faculty to student ratio of about 1 to 16. And we have hundreds of formal clinical affiliations with some of the nation's finest hospitals and agencies across greater Boston and throughout New England as well, including Boston Children's Hospital, the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, and Brigham and Women's Hospital, to name a few. One thing I wanted to point out while we're here on the slide regarding our undergraduate programs is what we term to be our internal pathways. What does a pathway do? A pathway is designed to allow a student to pursue both a bachelor's degree and a graduate level degree within a program. And it allows for the seamless transition between the undergraduate level to the graduate level itself. We offer those pathways in areas of physical therapy, optometry, occupational therapy, and last but not least, physician assistant studies. Those students come in under a 3+3 or a 3+4 program, where they spend their first 3 years pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree, undergo the admission process to the graduate level programs, and then transition seamlessly into one of those 4 areas. So another thing that sets us apart would be those internal pathways that lead directly to graduate level studies within MCPHS itself. MCPHS is committed to your success. What does that mean? Well, we have approximately 750 faculty members, with over 90% having attained a terminal degree, which means they've attained the highest level of education in the field in which they'll be teaching. When I first started at MCPHS, I took a moment to say to faculty, what led you to decide that MCPHS would be home? And overwhelmingly, I got the response of MCPHS as a teaching institution. Don't get me wrong, faculty members are encouraged to conduct research throughout the academic year, but the primary reason that faculty are on campus is to teach courses. It really is to educate and prepare those future healthcare leaders. We also provide ongoing, updated, state-of-the-art equipment, lab services, labs for students to choose to take advantage of as well. And then there are a number of different student success services, enrichment or support services that are available for students to choose from, or to take advantage of is a better way to say it. So some to call to mind would be faculty mentors and academic coaches. We refer to that as our MAC team through the Center for Academic Success and Enrichment, or CASE for short. Faculty mentors assist students with professionalism in the field and career exploration, while the mentors actually work with students and talk more along the lines of, academic coaches talk more along the lines of enhancing your test-taking skills, time management skills, things of that nature. MCPHS will also offer both a writing lab and a math tutoring lab. We also offer both individual and group tutoring availability. We also offer counseling services for students to choose to take advantage of as well. Bringing health sciences together. Interprofessional education, or IPE. What does that mean? Interprofessional education is a way MCPHS fosters growth and professionalism as we educate and prepare those future healthcare leaders. Years ago in the American healthcare system, things used to be quite siloed, where you may have a team of professionals working with a patient, but not a lot of cross-collaboration, cross-communication taking place and going on. That certainly has changed over the last several years. And today it is much more of a collaborative teamwork approach. Well, how do we foster interprofessional education at MCPHS? First, regardless of your major, you're going to be taking classes with students from a number of different majors across the university. You might be a public health student sitting next to a magnetic resonance imaging student on campus. Why do we do that? We set it up to ensure that cross-collaboration starts early on at the university, current trends of what's taking place in the field, the engagement between different disciplines within the university itself. So a lot of different ways that we foster that interprofessional education. A couple of examples that always come to mind of how we do that. A couple of years ago, students in the MRI or magnetic resonance imaging program worked together with students from our health psychology program. And I'm not sure how many of you out there may have had an MRI or know someone who's undergone that procedure. I myself have had one. I can tell you, you're in an enclosed space for a longer period of time, sometimes holding your breath for longer periods of time and remaining as still as possible. That can cause some anxiety for folks, right? Being in that enclosed space. So students in the MRI program work together with students in health psychology to help come up with ways to overcome that stress and anxiety that some patients undergo as they prepare for their MRI procedure itself. So just one example of how we do foster that interprofessional education across the campus. Other examples would include setting up a health clinic at local assisted living facilities where students from across the disciplines come together and work with a faculty mentor as part of that health fair that we put on in the Boston community each and every year as well also. Internship and research experiences. So for us, location means a lot. MCPHS is located in the Longwood Medical Area, as I mentioned earlier, home to some of the nation's, and some would even argue the world's finest hospitals. We're within blocks of opportunities for students to take advantage of, which include volunteer opportunities, research opportunities, internship opportunities. Again, we have those clinical rotations, those clinical affiliations with those healthcare agencies and organizations as well. So really, it's at your doorstep. And it's up to you to decide how involved you want to be and how many of the different activities and opportunities there are out there that you would like to choose to take advantage of. We also offer the Summer Undergraduate Research Fellowship Program, or SURF for short, that allows freshmen to apply to work with a faculty member conducting research in the summer between the freshman and the sophomore year to get more hands-on experience as part of that research itself, and it comes along with a paid position as well. Last but not least, we take a look at career success. A big conversation today in the college selection process is about outcomes and how well colleges and universities prepare their students for life after college, right? You can see some of the rankings here. One to call in mind is ranked number 3 in the US for return on investment. And that was a study conducted by Georgetown University's Center for Urban Studies that allows students to know that coming into MCPHS itself, if you look at the life of your career after graduating, the return on investment is quite high. We rank number 3 in the entire country of all colleges and universities. So quite a lot of accolades for MCPHS as an institution, again, preparing those future healthcare leaders. Let's turn our attention and focus to more of the campus or social life here at MCPHS. So first, Boston really is your campus. There's more than 100 different clubs and organizations for you to become involved in while you're a student here on campus. If you decide that there's a club out there that you want to start, but maybe you don't see it listed, very easy to start a club or an organization here at the university. We're also members of the Colleges of the Fenway, or COF for short, right? That's a consortium of 5 colleges located and universities located within a couple block radius of each other. Together, there's about 12,000 students in that one location. But it offers and provides a number of different opportunities for our students at MCPHS, including intramural sports, performing in visual arts, as well as cross-registration. So through the cross-registration process, for example, let's say that you're majoring in health sciences at MCPHS, but you're interested in art. You're able to cross-register for a class at Massachusetts College of Art and Design across the street and take advantage of that at no additional charge above and beyond what your tuition and fee structure is at MCPHS. So a lot of different opportunities for you to become involved and engaged and really take advantage of America's college town, Boston, Massachusetts, right? As we talk about global study opportunities, oftentimes folks ask questions about the ability to study abroad. We offer several ways for students to choose to study abroad at MCPHS University. They certainly can choose, the 1 semester study abroad option. We also have study abroad opportunities through the colleges of the Fenway that even opens more doors for students to choose to take advantage of. And then last but not least, we offer what I refer to as an immersion trip. It's really a service learning trip where we have faculty members that will lead students into areas such as Bolivia, South Africa, Morocco, where we may work for a week or two working with professionals in the field in mobile labs or mobile pharmacies or mobile clinics, assisting as needed. A couple of years ago, as an example, we had a student who was one of our ambassadors on campus who had such an amazing, fantastic time in Morocco that he signed up and went for a second time for a second year. He said it just completely changed his life. So there are a lot of opportunities for our students to study globally. If that's something you're interested in. Your major may or may not allow for an entire semester abroad, but those service trips, those immersion trips that we offer typically take place between the fall and spring semester and the spring and the summer semester for students to choose from. Residence life. So oftentimes as well, I get questions about, can I live on campus? What types of residence halls do you have? Do you have residence halls? The answer is yes, right? Easiest way to explain it. We offer 3 different styles of living. We have traditional style, suite style, and apartment style living for all incoming freshmen to choose from. The traditional style is your 1-room type setup where you have 2 students assigned to each room, and then the showers and bathrooms are located down the hall from each other. The suite style is basically an apartment without a kitchen. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath suite. We assign 2 students to each bedroom. 4 people share the same suite. There are community kitchens located on various floors within the residence hall itself. And then last but not least, we offer apartment style living. And that really truly is a full-size apartment. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment with a full-size kitchen. Again, we assign 2 students to each bedroom. 4 people share the same apartment located inside the apartment style living itself. How to apply? Let's talk about the admissions process. So first and foremost, MCPHS is a Common App school. To apply for admission, you simply submit the Common Application, or Common App for short. There's no fee to apply. You'll also need the official high school transcript and 1 letter of recommendation. We'll accept up to 3, but we do require 1. We know in times like we're in right now, it may be a bit more difficult to obtain a letter of recommendation from a teacher or a counselor. We are certainly more than happy to work with you and be as flexible as we possibly can be. What we're really looking for is for someone who can attest to your strengths and capabilities. And again, we're more than happy to work with you in the process to secure that letter of recommendation. Finally, 2 essay questions. There's an MCPHS specific essay that you'll answer that basically asks you to tell us about your passion for healthcare and why MCPHS. And the second is a Common App essay, one of about 6 or 7 questions that you'll choose from. Both are going to be included on the Common App itself. We are test optional, so please know that we do not require the ACT or SAT exam score for admission. A couple of exceptions. If English is not your native language, we may require a test of English as a foreign language, but you certainly can work with your admission counselor to gain more information on that. But please know, students who choose not to submit a test score are in no way penalized in the admissions process. If you would like us to take a look at your test score, we certainly will and can. Just don't hesitate to reach out and let your admission counselor know. But again, no worries and no stress. We know there's been some test center, test site cancellations, and we're going to do everything we can to work with you. And again, because we are test optional, we do not penalize students who don't submit a test score for admission. Application dates to remember. So we are an early action school. We offer early action 1 with a deadline of November 1st, early action 2 with a deadline of December 1st, and then we offer regular decision February 1st. Those students who apply under early action are typically notified right around the Thanksgiving holiday. Those students who apply under early action 2 are typically notified by mid-December. Regular decision students are typically notified by mid-February. Why choose one over the other, right? How do you know which is the best option for you? What's the best option for you? I would say to you that For students in areas like nursing, PharmD, other programs on campus where seats may be limited, we always encourage those students to submit under Early Action 1. It's a non-binding offer, so you still have the opportunity to look at other offers out there, but it does allow you to become among the first round of students to receive not only your admission offer and your scholarship notification, but potentially your financial aid offer as well. So do keep that in mind as you're thinking about the application process and completing your application itself. We are more than happy to schedule one-on-one meetings with you as a prospective student to talk about the application process, answer as many questions as we can for you about how to apply and how to complete the application for admission. Just a quick note here on the application portal. So once you submit your application for admission, you will have an application portal that's created for you. You'll be notified via email of how to access that portal for the first time. That's our ongoing communication portal with you as an applicant. You can see what missing documentation may still be needed to complete your admission file. You may also see other notifications and messages throughout the year to tell you and prepare for you what the next steps are to enrolling at MCPHS. So do pay attention to your application portal throughout the cycle for important updates from the admission office. How about cost of attendance? So if you guys remember back earlier in the presentation, we talked about our traditional or non-accelerated programs and our accelerated programs. You'll see the total tuition and fee structure located for those non-accelerated and the accelerated programs, and then also the room and board range of fees as well. Do keep in mind that those accelerated programs are 3 years in length, fall, spring, and summer to complete the degree in 3 years. However, you still get time off. You'll still have time in the summer to rest and relax and do some things for fun that you'd like to do. So do keep that in mind. Scholarship opportunities at MCPHS range up to $16,000 per year. And one of the other things that really sets us apart from other colleges and universities out there is the amount of scholarship money you come into the university with will remain with you for the entire length of your program. That means if you're in PharmD, that scholarship will remain with you and is renewable all 6 years of the PharmD program, even after you've made that transition from the pre-professional to the professional stage or professional phase of the degree program itself. So again, the thing that sets us apart, that ability to just renew and maintain that scholarship money that you come into the university with each and every year. And the important thing to note here, MCPHS on average about 15% lower than the average cost of attendance at other private institutions across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Lastly, why MCPHS? We talked earlier about the Longwood Medical Area, the opportunities that are afforded to students based on our location within the Longwood Medical Area itself. You know, the collaborative practice, our emphasis on interprofessional education and fostering that growth with students. The other thing that always strikes me or resonates with me when I'm out talking with families about attending MCPHS, you know, one of the things that really does separate us as well from other institutions is all those students coming into MCPHS will have one thing in common, and that is a passion for healthcare and a passion for helping others. So regardless of the major a student may come into the university with, they come in with that same common bond each and every year into the university itself. And then our accolades, again, #1 most transformative college in the nation, as indicated by Money Magazine, and #1 university in the country for earning power. So as we talk about outcomes and how powerful those outcomes can be and the opportunities that are afforded to students, you certainly have them in MCPHS. We, again, have prepared those future healthcare leaders for almost 200 years now. And there are numerous success stories of our students who graduate and go on into the healthcare field in some realm, in some way. So I appreciate you all taking the time to be with me today. Don't hesitate to reach out to the admissions office if you have any questions whatsoever after open house has ended, if you will. Do keep in mind that we offer visit opportunities. We offer student-led virtual tours. We offer information sessions. Again, you can also choose to meet one-on-one with an admission counselor. We're more than happy to set that up. You just simply go to mcphs.edu, click on admissions, and then visit us, and all of your options will be there for you. Thanks so much, and have a great day.
Perfect. So the next step, I know you've got to be out of breath at this point. So I will edit this today. I'll send you a copy just for your review, but you are all set. Thank you so much.
Awesome. One down, one to go.
Exactly.
Thank
You are
you so
released
much.
now. Go have a drink of water and relax.
Or maybe a stiffer drink. Thank you so much.
Whatever works. And Allison said that was great too. So there you go.